All right, in this lecture, I want to go over the anatomy of the Ichimoku chart. So you can see that there are 5 lines, like I mentioned a few times earlier, and I'll go over what each one of these are called and how they are plotted, and then we'll go over how to trade it further on in the course. All right, so starting with the conversion line, which is called the Tenkan Sen, that is the blue line here. So this is called the Tenkan Sen, and it's also called the conversion line or the turning line. This pink line here is called the Kijun Sen, which is called the baseline in Ichimoku charting. All right, and then the gray line here, which in an uptrend you'll see on the top, and then in a downtrend you'll see on the bottom. This is called the Senku Span A, which is also called the cloud span A or leading span A. And then here as the yellow line, which in an uptrend you'll see on the bottom and a downtrend you'll see on the top, that's called the Senku Span B, which is also called cloud span B or leading span B. And then lastly, we have the Chiku span, which is called a lagging line. And it's called the lagging line because, as you can see, it is lagging it's in the past. All right, so that is the anatomy of the Ichimoku cloud. You can see that those are 5 lines. Once again, the blue line is the Tenkan Sen, the pink is the Kijun Sen, the gray here is the Senku Span A, the yellow is Senku Span B, and then we have the lagging line here, which is called Chiku Span. Okay, so starting with this Tenkan Sen, the blue line here, the baby blue line, what that is a mid-price line. It's over 9 periods, so it's a 9-period mid-price. So we're talking about mid-price. It takes the price and it takes the middle of the high and the low. So as you can see here, if there is no high or low, a new high or low, then the line will stay flat. And in a strong trend, you can see that there's no flat spaces in this line, meaning that there's consistently a new high being made since it's continuously going higher. So once again, this is the Tenkan Sen, the blue line, is a 9-period rolling mid-price. So they take the mid-price of 9 periods and they plot them over and over and over every time a new candle closes. The pink line here, Kijun Sen, which is also called the baseline, is a 26-period rolling mid-price. So it's basically, if you think about moving averages, you have a 9-period and then you have a 26-period. But they're not moving averages. Instead, they are mid-prices. So you can see that the flat area here with the Kijun Sen, it's flat, but the Tenkan Sen is not. So that means over the past 26 periods, there is not a new high or new low, but over the past 9, there is. So you can see that this flattens out before this starts to reverse. All right, so once again, this is Kijun Sen, 26-period rolling mid-price. It is not a moving average, it's a mid-price. All right, now going on to this gray line at the top, this is the Senku Span A, which is also called the cloud span A or leading span A. Now what this is an average of the Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen, but it's plotted 26 periods into the future. So it's an average of these 2 lines together is what this gray line is, but then it goes a step further and plots it into the future. Now once again, Ichimoku charting, the process was created to see the past, present, and the future. So this is the future aspect of the Ichimoku cloud. All right, so now span B, Senku Span B, is a regular mid-price line, just like the Tenkan Sen and the Kijun Sen. All right, so Remember, span A is the average of the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen, or blue and pink if it's better for you to understand. And then the yellow line here is just a regular mid-price line over the 52 period. So this is a 52 period mid-price line. Okay, but that is also plotted 26 periods into the future. All right. So if you're thinking about these as moving averages, you would have a 9 period moving average, you'd have a 26 period moving average, you'd have the average of those two moving averages, and then you have a 52 period moving average. These both plotted 26 periods into the future. So 26 candles ahead. All right. And lastly, what we have is the lagging line. So this is called Chiku span. All right. So this is a lagging line, and basically what it is just the close. So it's just a line chart essentially. So if you change this to a line chart, which I can do just to illustrate, then it's the exact same thing. So you have the close, you see here, it's the exact same thing. The only difference is that it's 26 periods behind. So you see the exact same line chart here transposed over 26 periods back. All right, so that is the lagging line, the Chiku span lagging line. All right, so once again, 5 lines here. We have the price. I'll change it back to a Japanese candlestick chart just to illustrate this a little better. It's less confusing. Once again, we have the Tenkan-sen, the blue line, 9 period rolling mid price. We have the Kijun-sen, 26 period rolling mid price. We have the Senku span A, which is the average of the Tenkan-sen and the Kijun-sen. We have span B, which is a 52 period rolling mid price plotted into the future. And then we have the Chiku span, which is essentially just a line chart of the price, meaning that it's the close only of the Japanese candlestick or the bar chart, whatever you're looking at, plotted 26 periods back. So we have 26 periods in the past, 26 periods in the future, and then we have the present rolling mid price. Now the Senku span A and the Senku span B, this is the cloud. So this is the most important part of the Ichimoku cloud, and it is essentially the Ichimoku cloud. All right, so this is all involved in Ichimoku analysis, the Tenkan-sen, Kijun-sen, and the Chiku span, but this is going to be the most important. So most of our trades will be based off of how the price is reacting to this and how this is reacting with the rest of the Ichimoku cloud.